guys, it's Coach Kat here. I am going to talk to you today about myofascial release, and we're going to do a quick myofascial little release program for the low back. So if you're a fan of the low back pain therapy video, this is like the next step up, okay? So what you're going to need are a pair of balls. No matter how many times I talk about this with my clients, it always gets a laugh. Okay, so you can have tennis balls. Whoa, tennis balls, they're a little less forgiving. I prefer these guys. They're called yoga tune-up balls. They're like 16 bucks on Amazon, and they come in this little tote slash sack. Okay, so before we get started, I just want to say, what is myofascial release? So what is fascia? Fascia is, if you think of, you take an orange and you've got the outside, like the skin of the orange, the rind, that's the skin of the body, okay? And then those individual little tear-shaped pulps, those are the muscles in the body. And the membranes that encase the pulp, as well as all of the pith and the white stuff in the orange, contained within the rind, but not the individual pulps, that's the fascia. It's the connective tissue system in the body. Super fascinating. I'm not going to go into it because I don't want to bore you guys, but that's what we're going to be working today, okay? 3 rules of rolling, very important. Number 1 rule, don't roll on bone. Number 2, if you find a spot that has like a good hurt, that's not too crazy, park the ball there, take 3 to 5 breaths. And number 3, if you feel any shooting or electrical pains, stop immediately or move the ball. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to take the balls out of the sack. And, okay, you're going to place them up high in the small of the back, one on each side, okay? So I'm going to come on down. And you'll lift your hips up and slide the balls on in. Okay, and then once they're there, you're just going to take a little shimmy from left to right. Okay, now you might not feel too much, you might feel a lot. We're just checking in. Don't let the whole weight of your pelvis be released yet, because if this is really tender, you don't want it to be too painful. We're just starting, okay? Now you're going to notice as you shimmy left to right that the balls are going to move, and they're probably going to move to the outsides of the body. That's fine. You just do a couple of times right here in the small of the back. Now this is a small movement. I'd say I'm probably moving my body off of the midline, maybe 2 inches, okay? Now, we're gonna lift up and we're gonna move the balls down 1 to 2 inches. So now we're kind of in the area of the waistband. If you've got like regular waisted pants, high waist pants, that would be like the first setting. Okay, so little shimmy left to right. Now for me, now I'm getting into some pretty tight spots. So on the left side here, I'm just gonna park it, take a couple breaths. And I'm gonna visualize all of the musculature softening around the contour of the ball, okay? Okay, so it's getting a little bit sore. Good hurt, but I feel like I want to move the ball. So we're going to go down another inch or 2. So now this is the area of the body I would call like upper buttocks, okay? A little shimmy. Balls are going to move out to the side, so you can always start them if you like closer to the midline and then shimmy left and right, and then they're going to move out. Okay, so I'd say like, a couple shimmies here. And then we're going to move them one more step down. Okay, now you can put one ball aside. You only need one. Okay, and we're going to come into reclined pigeon pose. It's also known by thread the needle or figure 4 stretch. So you're going to start by placing the left ankle on top of the right knee. And we're going to take one ball, lift up the left buttock, and just place the ball in the upper section of the glute. So kind of where the glute is becoming the top of your hip. Okay, so what that looks like is this. Okay, and I use my right foot to stabilize my body on the mat. And then from here, if I'm not feeling much, I'm just going to use my right foot to take my weight into my left glute. Okay, now my right glute, I'll show you on the other side, is actually off the floor. And I'm going to rock a little here, side to side. Okay, so for me, I don't get any nerve pain here. I don't have any piriformis issues right now, thank goddess. But it is definitely tender. Definitely tender. So I found a spot. I'm going to take 3 breaths here. Good. And now I'm ready to move the ball. There's one more spot I want to try while I'm in reclined pigeon. It's kind of, I would say, it's like 11 o'clock on a clock face. So it's like the outer upper left hip. Just gonna rock a little side to side here. Feels so good. Layperson's term for this part of the body might be love handle or muffin top. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that looks like on the other side. Okay, hopefully my feet are clean. So reclined pigeon, right ankle on top of left knee, plant your left foot, and then just lift your right buttock up and wedge that ball underneath your buttock, and then use the left foot to just lift the left buttock up and a little shimmy side to side. And if this is too hard for you to lift the pelvis up, you can bring the left foot a little closer. Okay, so if you're all the way out here, it might put strain on your low back to lift it from this position. So scoot that left heel in, that's your stability. Lift up and okay, just a little side to side. Okay, now I found a tight spot right there. Okay, and I'm going to take 3 breaths here. Think about relaxing my body into the contour of the ball, letting the muscles, the fascia, and the skin of the body just really, really soften. Good. Okay. So remove the ball, hug your knees into your chest, rock yourself on up, and there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely subscribe here if you want more videos. I'll be releasing a whole bunch more stuff, some of it therapeutic and some of it just exercise related this summer. Okay, be well, take good care of yourself and your loved ones. Namaste.